Our final inductee this evening led Trinity baseball for 22 years and led the program to unprecedented heights, including the magical 45-1 national championship season in 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Decker.
Trinity's head baseball coach of the 2008 Division III National Champions, Bill Decker.
Obviously, the wins speak for themselves, but I think the thing that drew me to him the most was his competitive nature. Competitive, doing everything and doing anything. I had him as an instructor for squash, and he would let any one of us that played him in his class or on the team get to double figures, and we're like, all right, we got him. And then he would just score 50 straight. His willingness to win, but to win in the right way, is what always kept me coming back. And I was lucky enough to know his father, Bill Decker Sr., and I know he got that from him.
Crazy thing about everything looking back is he was an All-American football player at Ithaca and didn't actually play college baseball. Yes, he went in as a recruited player and just kept on getting hurt.
He brought a lot of that mentality, a lot of that intensity as a football coach to the baseball field, and that absolutely helped us. Nobody feared playing Trinity baseball before Bill Decker arrived. But after that, that was what you circled on your schedule.
It all leads up to talking about 2008 and how special that was. I guess I'm biased at saying this, but it's the greatest season in college baseball history, regardless of divisions.
And Stafford comes through after falling behind.
To win that many games in a row is just unbelievable to start. That's unprecedented. That's never happened before. And then to have it come down to that winner take all and really last at bat, last out, it was like a movie.
So the thing with 2008 is that my granddad actually passed away in November leading up to the season. A long battle with melanoma. And his players to go out and do what they did, not only for themselves and the team, but as a way to have my dad's back. It meant a lot, not only to him, but just honoring the memory of my granddad.
If you ask him what the most important thing he's done at Trinity and the most important thing he's done at Harvard is what would come from his family, from his father. He's most proud of the husbands, the fathers, the businessmen, the teachers, the doctors, the lawyers, the coaches that he has shaped and he has made. And his legacy here will be the same legacy at Harvard as that. He's the shaper of men.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Decker.
Wow. Didn't realize I had to go last. I thought Liz kicked it off so well. I'll try to mirror what she did to this evening. But that's the first time I'd seen that piece, and my first comment was there's no crying in baseball. Obviously, it came from in the league of their own. I have a $100 bet that I will keep it clean, but Kyle, you owe me $100 as well. But again, for me tonight, and again, Jason Barbarata, who played for us and coached with us, and has been a dear friend of mine, said it so well. For me, it's about a lot of thank yous, and it's a lot about just being appreciative of the career path that I've had. To the Hall of Fame committee, thank you. To Drew and Lindsay, thank you. To my fellow inductees that are being honored here tonight, tremendous accomplishments, unbelievable. I'm not a five-sport guy, but that was an unbelievable story. And also to all the past honorees, I'm very honored, humble to be in your house. So thank you very much. I wasn't going to actually write a speech. I was just trying to get on my feet and do what I usually do every day. But then I said I'd just start from the beginning. And it really started in March of 1990 when I came out here on a interview for a head baseball assistant football job. And obviously Rick was here, and Rick called me the following Tuesday and said, I need an answer by tomorrow at noon. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, going to California on my spring trip. He goes, I need an answer by tomorrow at noon. So you can see Rick started this whole thing. He was a wonderful boss for me. I've gotten to know he's got three tremendous boys. Alex, who lives actually around the corner from me, down the South Shore of Boston. But to Rick and his wife, Ann, thank you so much for everything you've done for so many people. I met a gentleman in spring of 1992 at Bishop Verot High School. And I think at that time, all five boys were with him and dangling him around his shorts. But Tom DiBenedetto has been so instrumental for everybody in this room, connected with Trinity and beyond. Tom's was a dear friend of mine. The closer I got to him in Boston now, the last decade or so, I don't get a chance to see him anymore. But to Tom, for everything he's done for so many student athletes in this college in general, thank you so much for all you stand for. And he's here tonight with his wife, Linda. I'm not so sure if Robin Shepard started this program or not, but I had a great faculty advisor named Lou Major. And I spoke with Lou the other night. He couldn't be here. He had some cataract surgery done. But Lou was very instrumental in my life, but more importantly, was so instrumental in our players' lives. And I know some people know him. He's still got vigor. He's still a big-time Bruce Springsteen fan. And I know that Trinity College holds a dear place in his heart. So thank you to Lou. Mike Schweihofer, class of '94, was kind of my best friend as I came in here in the fall of 1990. Mike couldn't be here. He and his wife have moved out of the area. But Mike was instrumental, and I believe he's still connected with Coach Brian Adamski in the program, and was really my kind of behind-the-scenes guy to get this thing going. So kudos to Mike. I haven't had a chance to talk to this person, but she's been mentioned multiple times today. So Robin's legacy for what she's done, not just for the women, but for everybody at Trinity, is so instrumental. And the thing I'll remember about Robin the most is I had the Rugrats with me when my wife was working, and they were three young kids, and my wife would say, yogurt, good snacks, and then they'd go into Robin's office and they'd come out with a sugar high. So thanks for getting me in trouble too, Rob. But just, I got a long list here. I'll try to do it quick. All the support staff over the years, Janet Willard, Ann Murray, Robin Kelly, Karen Karlbacher, all those names that maybe some people don't know, but people that were important parts of my life. And that includes, I know Penny was mentioned earlier today. So I wanted to give a shout out for Hank Hetu, who some of you guys might know, and Mark Moynihan and all those people, but also the grounds guys too. The Henry Burks, the Bob Laptis of the world. We don't have as much grass in the fields anymore, but still those people were really important. And also my former colleagues, I call it the second floor of Ferris. I think, Robin, when I first came, you were across the hall, and Stan was next door, and Don Miller was down the hallway, and and then comes Ann Parmenter and Coach Suter and Pilch, and I know the offices have changed a little bit, but I was so fortunate to have some really good people in my life. So keep it moving. And also, I know this whole thing's about baseball, but to coaches Miller and Dar and the former GAs that I spent 10 years of my life with, they're very special to me. So thank you very much. From the baseball sides, the early years with Danny Smith and Jamie Arsenal and Kenny Susi, and those early years might have been a little bit tougher, but they were still as meaningful as they were the last 15 years or so when we kind of got this thing turned around. I walked through the door tonight, and two of my first players, David Grant and Rocco DeMeo, were here. And they didn't have to be here, so fellas, thanks very much. Steve Cervisi, David Catarazzolo, Jason Barbarata, Andy Freeman, the list goes on for guys that I've had that were just pillars as assistant coaches. We even had Coach McPhee for 2 or 3 spring break trips because he was bored. And I also, for what Brian has done, Brian Adamski, I know it's not easy, but Brian, in my opinion, I see him on the road a lot. I know he's working hard and his staff is working hard. And I'm happy for the direction that Brian's going on, and I wish you nothing but success. I didn't want to bring any crimson and black with me today, so I've got the blue and gold on. But I've got 2 great assistants. Actually, I got 3, sorry. And they've made the trip from Boston today. So to Brian Stark, who's been our recruiting coordinator for 10 years, just a phenomenal guy. He actually got off a plane from Florida, from Fort Myers, to come to this event tonight. So Brian, thank you very much. And our pitching coach is one of the top pitching coaches in the country. I'm biased, but Nate Cole. Nate spent a lot of years at UMass, graduate from Central Connecticut. But Nate's been with me the last several years. And then there's my pain in the ass son is with me. And I mean that respectful. He's with us because he deserves to be with us, not because he's the old man's kid. So he's done a great job with our infielders and assisted Coach Stark with the hitting. So I want to thank him and appreciate what you guys do. Let me just get into the family a little bit. Obviously, my dad was mentioned. I'm biased, but I think the 3 things that I took away from my dad were, number 1, enjoy the moments teaching and watching kids. Number 2 was remain well-grounded and know who you are. And number 3, always be appreciative of the efforts of others. And I've tried to keep those principles with me most of the time, throughout my 39 years now. So I just gave you my age away a little bit. And then there's my mom. Obviously, my mom lost her partner due to melanoma back in 2007. But my mother always had the gift to give to others, and that's really important. The gift to give to others. She's always been there. And at the passing of my dad, she had the strength and courage to kind of move on and not feel sorry for herself, and got involved with some other activities. So kudos to my folks, to my 3 kids. Obviously, again, Kyle is with me. My youngest daughter, Casey, is here. Casey's a paralegal up in the Seaport area of Boston. So if we have any lawyers looking for somebody who's pretty tough, just give me a shout, please. And then my other daughter couldn't be with us tonight because she gave birth to our first grandchild yesterday. So took a long time to get that thing out. But Casey William is with us, and both he and Sarah are doing well. I don't want to embarrass my wife too much, but we go back to 1978 as high school sweethearts. Again, you can start doing the math here. But she's obviously been a cornerstone of my life, and it's more than the marriage. It's the friendship. It's all the good things that go along, and it's the courage to stay together and just keep on moving despite what happens. So, obviously, our journey to come back from the Midwest to Trinity was great. The journey to move on to Boston was not as easy. When you have 3 kids and happy wife, happy life, and things at Trinity were very, very well, and the kids were all there. But nonetheless, she's always been with me, and I dearly appreciate that. So thank you very much. Just a little bit about the results. And again, this is for all the players that ever played. I did go back finally and look at some records. From 1991 to 97, what I would label the foundation of what we our kids were able to build with our coaching staff. You know, the darn guy still made 3 postseason appearances, which I think is super. From 1998 to 2012, we went to 12 postseasons in 15 years. And the sum of it is we went to 9 appearances in that 15-year period, NCAA appearances, 4 College World Series, and then the magical season that these kids just were so resilient in 2008. So kudos to that team. It's quite an accomplishment, but I also want to say, but let's not forget it's not about me. It was always about the team. It was always about the players. It was always the challenges and obstacles along the way with a core value of always trying to do things the right way. So I think the same thing is in play with my life today, and that's the way it was at Trinity. Trinity gave me a wonderful opportunity, and I'm so appreciative of all the college gave to me and what the college meant to me and my family. For 22 plus years, we had tremendous experience with my family, colleagues, and friends. My time at Trinity was filled with great memories and wonderful, committed, competitive student athletes. In August of 2012, I was sought out for a new challenge and opportunity for me and my family. And believe me, this was not easy. Trinity always gave us great kids who gave a great effort and had a lot of fun along the way, maybe too much at times. I was blessed to have overachieving assistant coaches at Trinity as I am today. Each season was very special for me in its own way. Trinity will always be recognized for its 2008 season by winning the national championship. But what I will cherish the most is the consistency of our program, especially the last 15 years, as I've mentioned. I am forever grateful to our alumni that supported the baseball program and one another along the way, and I certainly hope they continue that with Coach Adamski. In closing, some of you guys have seen this on the bulletin board before, but with everything that's going on in the world today, I wanted to share it with you. Imagine life as a game in which you are juggling 6 balls in the air. You name them work, family, health, friends, teammates, and spirit. And you are trying to keep them in the air. You will soon understand that work is a rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. But the other 5 balls, family, health, friends, teammates, and spirit, are made of glass. If you drop one of these, they will be scuffed, marked, nicked, damaged, or even shattered. They will never be the same. Please understand and strive for balance in your lives. I wish I had taken my advice or this advice along the way. Don't take things for granted. Keep things closest to your heart. Cling to them as you would your own life, because without them, life is meaningless. Don't let your life slip away through your fingers by living in the past or the future, but by living your life one day at a time, you'll live all the days of your life. Don't run through life so fast that you forget not only where you have been, but where you are going. I think that's a Ferris Bueller thing. Don't give up when you still have something to give. Nothing is really over until the moment you stop trying. As Babe Ruth said, it's hard to beat a guy who never gives up. Finally, life is not a race, but a journey to be savored each step of the way. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. And that's why it's called the present. I wear a lot of crimson and black these days, but I will always cherish the moments and memories of the days of blue and gold. I am ever so humbled this evening and blessed to have the memories of Trinity College. May each of you be blessed as you continue your journey through life with friends, families, teammates, and others. So I think I won $100 tonight. But I did want to say thank you again. I probably went over my time, but to my wife, I love you very much, and thank you. Travel safely.